Hello everyone, welcome back to Math Buddy Aditya, and this is your buddy Aditya Kumar. So today's video is all about what has happened on 24th August with respect to the protest which was supposed to be against SSC. So we'll discuss how it has unfolded and what was the history behind that, what has led to that particular protest and how it has turned out to be. So to start with, what has happened was, if I have to give a brief introduction, there was a vendor, there was a change in vendor uh, somewhere around the month of February or March. Not March. In April, May, we got the news that the vendor is being changed with respect to the exams that are being conducted by SSC. So the vendor was changed from TCS to Adequity, and once that was happened, there was a first examination that was happened was phase 13 for graduate level and as well as the other levels as well. And also of late there was one more examination that was conducted, which was stenographer exam. So with respect to the management of this particular examination, there were a lot of mismanagement that were happened. There were no proper centers, there were no proper questions that were framed, and there were many repetitive questions between the shifts. So with all this happening, a lot of teachers has have taken initiation to get onto a protest and ask SSC to get the reforms. So with that, a month or 40 days ago, there was a protest in Delhi before the parliament, where few of the teachers have tried to meet the SSC chairman and try to discuss the problems that were faced by the aspirants while writing the examination, while giving the examination. We have listed down that video as well, where people have. I mean, the main agenda for that particular protest was in order to have the calendar set properly, and examination centers allotment as well, which was allotted somewhere 400-500 kilometers far from their aspired city. So those were the agenda for the first protest which has happened, and few of the teachers were able to meet the SSC chairman and discuss on the issues, and there was nothing formal or written agreement between the chairman and the teachers, but there was a consensus that examination will be conducted properly, and there was a promise that was given. So that has actually happened till one particular point of time, and the very next day, what happened was there was a fight between these teachers, that only few of them have went inside and few of them did not go, and there was this Tom and Jerry fight between the teachers who have went in to meet SSC chairman and who have not gone. So they have started blaming one another, that if I had I been there, the reforms would have been come. Had I been there, it would have been different. And the ones who are inside were like, if you like, we have done our best. That is what anyone could do and all. So there was always this fight, and this all happens, and this has happened, and people have moved on, right? And after that particular meeting, and after from 3 to 4 days of that particular meeting, there was a news from SSC that SSC ECGL has been postponed, and they have not given the firm dates, but they have just told that the examination will be conducted in the first week of September. So examination should have been conducted in first week of September. So that is 1 week away from now. And before that, what happened was the SSC has released the key for SSC stenographer examination, and that stenographer examination key, once it was checked by all the instructors and all the aspirants, we have got to understand that there were a lot of mistakes with respect to the questions, with respect to the options, and there were a lot of mistakes that were coming in the question paper, right? Because we have discussed in my previous video as well, where there were some 6 to 8 questions in a single shift in a single section paper, which were mistakes. Either the question was wrong or the options were given wrong, or probably there was no relation between the question asked and the options given. So with all these happenings, with all these issues happening, there was again a call from the instructors for a protest in Delhi. They've stated it by saying Delhi Chalo SSC protest August 2024. as if it is a some historical event that is being happening. We were just posting a date that SSC protest 2000 August 24. So I mean that is all again to gain the attention from all the stakeholders. That should be a good idea. That was good idea till that particular point of time. So these instructors or probably who have taken the permission for this protest have taken the permission from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. for 2 straight days. That is 24th and 25th. Okay. So and the funniest part about this particular protest was there was no agenda for this particular protest. First of all, there was no one who has led the protest in a correct manner. That these are the agenda. This has to be put in front of DOPT or the SSC chairman in order to get the desired result. So what happened was all of them have gone into the protest in some ground in Delhi. All the students have gathered, all the teachers have gathered. They have protested, they have stayed in silence, they have put slogans against SSC and they have put slogans against government. So they were all doing all this. It was all good till 10 to 5 p.m. And after 5 p.m., the IPS officer has come in and she had actually told that the permission was there till 5 p.m. And she asked the students and the instructors or the teachers to leave the ground peacefully and assemble back tomorrow in their given slot of time, so that the reforms would be or probably the protest would be held as is and as desired. But few of the teachers have done something different or something indifferent from everything that is happening. Some of them have gone after 5 p.m. and some of them have stayed back, making the students also stay back. And then there were a lot of people again gathered after 5 p.m. and teachers were putting slogans and there was a little unrest in that particular ground. So after that has happened, the police had to do a lathi charge because they had to control the situation. They have the sources says that they have actually stayed calm. The police had given the permission, or probably their police have supported the protest till 5 p.m. Till where the permission was there to protest. And after that, the police had requested for a long time. But when the things are not getting into control, the some of the instructors are raising slogans. They are actually agitating the crowd as much as they could do, and then the police had to do the lathi charge. So this is all that has happened with respect to the protest. Okay. So, but this is not the main thing that I wanted to talk. The main thing that I wanted to talk was what was the outcome of all these protests. The outcome of all these protests, if we have to sideline it for a second, the ones who were affected by this particular protest were the aspirants. To be very honest, the aspirants are the vulnerable people here, both from the people in the SSC board who are chairing that particular board and who are controlling that particular board, and also the government, which is not either not helping or probably not basically escalating the issue when the issue is being raised multiple times. And also with respect to the so-called teachers or probably who are uh, basically calling for these protests and all. From all these people, are the aspirants are the most vulnerable people here. One, they are wasting their time and energy without preparation. They are just coming onto the grounds and they are fighting for their reasons. But the reasons might be right, but the protest which has happened, it should not have happened multiple times. This is happening multiple times. When I'm saying people are wasting time or probably aspirants are wasting time, not just with respect to the participating in the protest, but they're wasting their time after the protest and before the protest as well. They just come onto the YouTube or probably some online source and they would just mm, survey for what has happened and they just are curious about what has happened. People or the aspirants who should be curious about their preparation and the next day's target or the next hour's target, they are more concerned about what has happened to that particular teacher, what has happened to this particular teacher, whether that particular teacher has shown his or her face or not. All these are happening with respect to the students, and students and aspirants are the I don't know whether they can be called as vulnerable people or foolish people or innocent people or very smart people, because they are not involved in the right decision making, because and also they are not involved for the right reasons. They are just involved for multiple other reasons, and people or the aspirants working for different examinations are coming together onto a single ground and protesting for an examination. But the talked about moment or the talked about topic after the protest is not nowhere related to the examination, nowhere related to the actual agenda of that particular protest. It was all about what has happened, whether the teacher has come or not, whether this teacher has come or not, whether this teacher has shown his or face or not. All these are happening. Like, for what purpose is that? I don't know. I'm just trying to ask all my subscribers and all people who are actually watching this video as well. What is that you won't want to take from this particular protest? You should actually be preparing. You should actually be trying to understand what the protest was all about. And if you are near the protest, you can take some time. You can go there, protest for your rights, and come back and start your preparation again. But that was not happening. You were there. You have traveled from down south, from the north, from all the corners of this country to a single location. You've been there, you have settled there, and you were protesting there. That was all good. That was all for the right cause. But again, people who are not able to go there, you should basically try to understand that there was something that was happening at the live location, and you are not able to do that. So you can probably take the gist of that in particularly in some 30 to 40 minutes. You will be able to understand what has happened and all. But instead of that, what the aspirants were doing was, all these aspirants, they just sit before YouTube and go on to check all the channels, what is happening, who is roasting whom, who is telling whom, what are the fight between, what are the two teachers, who are the two teachers fighting. All these are happening, and this is waste of time for the aspirants. To be very honest, they are literally wasting their precious time, especially when they are able to see the change in the pattern of the questions that were being asked. There are a lot of new concepts that were coming. So when they have this ample time, and I'm pretty sure that the CGL will get postponed even further. I'm not thinking that it will be conducted on the first week of September. I'm sure it will get postponed as well. So when they get this time, they could have invested that in understanding the new concept, practicing more and all. But they choose to view all these fights and all. Okay, and people or the aspirants are the ones who need to be blamed here, because they are the ones who make this particular teachers or the instructors greater than anything that comes in their preparation. They just make themselves the your guru is different and your leader is different, and your what you say, whom you basically follow blindly is different. Guru is someone who always looks after you, and basically he or she would want you to shine better every day. But whereas a leader or some other person who is actually trying to just take your emotional part of you, will just try to agitate you as much as possible, and not actually try to train you and make you better every day. So you have to decide on who is good for you and who is not good for you. Or per se, in this particular era of online education, there is no one single person who can teach you one single subject. There can be multiple people who can help you in getting the knowledge consumed better manner. So that godly feeling, or the feeling for what you have for cinema heroes, the politicians, and now off late with the e-learning that is being happening, the same culture is being brought into the education system as well. People are trying to follow one particular instructor in a godly manner, that he or she drinks a water, and it is being called a cult. So these are the things that as aspirants should avoid, or the student should avoid, especially when you are in your prime age of getting into a job. You should be trying to get better every day with respect to your preparation, but not involve in all these particular activities. And like you see that everything is is show off today. Okay, even if it is e-learning or anything, right? Everyone They have to put maths in their YouTube channel, but they try to put KGF background and they do something else and all. So why all this? And students are the ones, or aspirants are the ones who initiate that. They start doing by one shot or one reel by this particular video, and the so-called instructors are also involved in doing the same thing. You should not do that. You should basically consume what you want from the online sources, not just YouTube for per se any matter, right? You're just there to consume what is there for you, right? And you just consume what you require. Like if you are, and as I said just a minute ago as well, there is no one who can solely help you in getting things better or help you in one particular examination. You can take bits and pieces from everyone that is present, every channel that is present, and consume whatever is good for you. But do not try to involve into these particular what we say uh, these particular chaos and make yourself into troublesome situation, because you are wasting a lot of your prime time and your emotions are all being played with, right? So students who are the vulnerable part here, please do concentrate on your preparation. If you are able to go into the protest whenever it is called, it is a responsibility, so we can go there if we are able to make it there. So you can go there and you can participate in that protest and get the details. But if you're traveling from one place to another place, one place to another place, then you are already investing a lot of time in your traveling, going there and all. But even after coming, if you are again still hung on to YouTube or probably some other online sources to understand again who is fighting and all, that is all a waste of time. Please do not get into that particular situation. Instead, just make your preparation better, make your strengths better day by day. And with respect to instructors or teachers who are calling for this protest, either it can be done either two ways. One being intellectually well and basically going by the laws and basically doing everything right to get the correct reforms done. If we are not able to do that, then we should not do the second thing, which is just bringing the unjust and the unrest conditions in the atmosphere, right? Because all the teachers, none of them, all the uh, channels which are probably have crossed some millions of subscriptions and all, they are just bothered about their revenue generation in their YouTube channel. Because in the last 10 to 15 days there were very few channels which are actually giving the information and probably teaching them, which is their main idea behind creating that particular channel. But instead, they involve into these particular fights, these particular quarrels. They just blame one another. They just try to make themselves a hero, and all these conditions. They are just playing with the emotions and the hunger of the aspirants. They're just trying to make money out of it. Please come out of it. Even if you are a teacher who is trying to watch this video, I request you all, if you are able to make something in a very actually what is there in the books and all, then it should be good. And democracy has given our rights to do the protests as well, but those protests as well, our constitution itself is a very limited constitution, so our rights are all limited as well. It's not that we can freely do anything. So whatever we can do, we have to do it in a very professional manner, because once you are a teacher, you are also leading thousands of people, so it is your responsibility to make sure that no chaos is happening and none of the students are being affected by that. If we see the condition yesterday, we have seen that almost a lot of people, a lot of students are also getting detained, a lot of students are also getting uh, carried away the policemen. What was the reason behind that? Who was the reason behind that? It was you who have involved into a lot of these chaos and this stuff. And you can probably emotionally say that I'm the one who is fighting, and you are staying there and all. But yes, I understand. But if you are not if you are not willing to resolve the issue, do not try to create a problem with what the main idea, because I don't want to create a problem there. Like you can go there, protest, but not make a problem out of it. I don't know who is profiting out of this. It is definitely the all the YouTube channels over there who are trying to generate a revenue with mask on their face that they are the teachers. But it is you who are spoiling the aspirants, and it is you who are doing the unjust and the uh, what we say. You are the ones who are doing the wrong to the aspirants. You are not doing correct. You are just wearing a mask of being a good teacher and good online tutor, but you are being a YouTuber. You being a just a businessman, trying to generate the revenue out of what are the unjust conditions that are happening with the aspirants. So enough talking. Just that there was nothing. There was no outcome of the protest yesterday. To be very honest, and I don't think what will happen today as well. So if at all there is something, then we'll obviously get the official news. Till then, please do concentrate on your preparation, aspirants. I humbly request you all to please do participate at to your capacity. If you are there, just try to go there for an hour or so. Or if you are being online, or if you are studying at home, just take 30 to 40 minutes of your time to understand what is happening. If at all there are any reforms that are happening, or else keep your time and energy invested into your preparation and not all these unwanted issues. Thank you.